everybody. It's good to see you. I sure hope you're doing good. How about y'all drag you up a chair and sit with me a little while I share you the horrific story of Pearl Bryan. Pearl Bryan, a 22-year-old pregnant American woman from Castle, Indiana, was found decapitated in Fort Thomas, Kentucky in 1896. Pearl's head was severed at the fifth vertebra. Her murder, being so gruesome, gathered popularity of everyone at the time. It is said that Pearl's ghost haunts Bobby Mackey's Music World in Wilder, Kentucky. Pearl was born to parents Alexander S. and Susan Jane Bryan. She graduated from Greencastle High School. Just before she was murdered, she began work as a Sunday school teacher. Pearl left her home in Greencastle January 28, 1896 to visit a friend in Indianapolis. Pearl's body was found behind what is now known the local YMCA in Fort Thomas, Kentucky, February the 1st, 1896. She was found by a 17-year-old farmhand named Hewling. The presiding coroner told Pearl was found to have multiple wounds across her back and hands, and the decapitation happened while she was still alive. The only way poor Pearl's body was identified was a tag in her custom-made shoes from Greencastle. Pearl was buried in the family plot at Forest Hill Cemetery in Greencastle. Scott Jackson, a dental student at Ohio College for Dental Surgery, was arrested for Pearl's murder. One of Scott's friends implicated fellow student and roommate Alonzo Walling. It was revealed during the trial Jackson had a secret romance with Pearl months prior to the murder. The story is on January 31st, 1896. Jackson and his accomplice Walling spiked Pearl's drink with cocaine whilst they were at a saloon in Cincinnati, Ohio. They proceeded to murder her later that night. Analysis of Pearl's stomach showed there to be cocaine present at the time of death. Also, the decapitation, the two gave several stories. One such story is they claimed to have thrown the head into the Ohio River. Another was they buried it on a sandbar in Dayton, Kentucky. Even the nearby Cavington Waterworks and parts of the Miami and Erie canals were drained in search of Pearl's head. Nevertheless, investigations into locations never turned up a thing. Former Detective Cal Crime of Cincinnati Police Department theorized the two burned Pearl's head in a furnace at the dental college. To this day, Pearl's poor head has never been located. Jackson's trial began April 21st and ended May 1896. Walling's trial began May 26th, ended June 18th the same year. Both men were convicted of first-degree murder and hanged the morning of March 20th, 1897. It took place behind the Newport Campbell Courthouse on York Street, south of the Taylor Southgate Bridge. In a twist of irony, both men survived the initial drop that was supposed to snap their neck. Instead, they strangled to death some minutes after the drop. The two men were the last to hang in Newport. The gallows were dismantled soon after the hanging. Pearl's case having national fame provoked citizens to take souvenir from the scene, even buying Pearl Bryan merch from a local store in Newport. One report stated that the trials were theatrical. The local newspaper dubbed it the trial of the century. The actual hanging was to be done hastily to protect the men from lynching by friends and family of Pearl's. A well-known author, historian, reporter, and columnist for the Kentucky Post, Jim Rees, related in an article titled Pieces of the Past that even during the jailbreak at the Newport jail, the two men stayed put in their cells in fear of being lynched. In the jail, they were heavily armed. Even to this day, this case remains popularity. In 1910 and 1920, folk songs were created about the murder. 1926, Vernon DeHalt recorded the first song, and in 1927, Bradley Kincaid recorded a song entitled Pearl Bryan. Even today, an episode of Ghost Adventures was filmed about the Bryan murder and claims of supernatural activity. They used an ovulus to contact Scott Jackson and heard him confess to the murders. Folks, I hope you enjoyed listening to this horrific tale of Pearl Bryan's murder. So sad what happened to her at such a young age with so much to offer. I sure appreciate you listening. We love you to pieces. We'll see you next time.